Who do you... So I suppose you have regular management committee meetings? Or execom? I mean, like meeting with the managers of the corporation. That's weekly or monthly? Do you have those?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
What are they called? Mancom? Execom?
Mancom, Mr. Chair.
Mancom. Okay. Tuwing kailan po yan? Is that monthly?
Monthly, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So I suppose...
As needed, yeah.
So as the OIC CTO, you report? Do you submit reports?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Written reports. For you to do that, you sign off, right? As OIC CTO. Are you the only signatory of that report? Or do other individuals sign off?
Because I have as an CTO, there's a vice president.
No, I'm talking about only the technical aspect of the corporation. So you're the CTO, therefore, tuwing Mancom, pagdating sa technical na aspeto ng korporasyon, sa inyo po yun, tama?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, ang tinatanong ko po sa inyo, pagka nagsasubmit po kayo ng report, doon po sa inyong CEO, ay kayo lang po ba ang pumipirma sa report na yan?
Mr. Meron mga nag-i-initial sa akin, yung mga sa akin before me, mga vice presidents ng SO, vice president ng O&M, vice president ng planning engineering, before I sign.
Okay. Are there other senior technical advisors that you need to consult?
Wala po, Mr. Chair.
So walang senior technical advisors ang NGCP?
Wala po.
Sigurado po kayo?
Yes po.
Pwede ko bang tanongin, Mr. Chair, ang DOE? Kung sa kanilang pagkakaalam, ang NGCP ba ay... kasi sa pagkakaalam ko, kailangan nilang i-report sa inyo kung merong foreign employees ang NGCP. So may we know if in this roster of foreign employees are there senior technical advisors in that list?
Mr. Chair, before 2018, wala po kaming records as to NGCP asking for our endorsement, no? So pagpapasok yung isang foreign employee or anybody affiliated with NGCP, then they asked us for endorsement or a memo. Now, since 2018 to 2024, that's the only time that we can report, no? So, only it kasi. You're asking about senior technical advisor. In January 21 of 2019, we signed for a senior technical advisor, Mr. Yu Yong. And then on 2019, January 21, the same date, a senior technical advisor for Technology Strategy Committee, Mr. Shu Wei. Then on 29, the same date also, there's another senior technical advisor, Mr. Wu Jiyun. And another senior technical advisor, Quality, Safety, and Environment Department, Mr. Yuan Mingjun. So far, those are the senior technical advisor that we have went through memo or endorsement of DOE. The others are not senior technical advisors.
Salamat, Yusek. So, Mr. Vega, itong individuals na to, they continue to serve the NGCP?
Hindi Hindi na po. April 2021 may assume.
So beginning April 2021, wala na sila.
I'm the OIC CTO.
Advisor lang.
So, sorry po mahirap. Hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit hanggang ngayon po ay OIC pa rin kayo. It's been 3 years. Ano po ba ang proseso para kayo? Kasi naaawa na po ako sa inyo eh. Wala bang permanence ang inyo? Wala bang security of tenure sa NGCP? Ang laki-laki naman ng profits ng inyong kumpanya. Ano po ba ang
Yung pong board ang magdidecide.
ang board ang magde-decide? So, pwede ba namin malaman siguro kay Attorney Paul, anong kailangan gawin ni Mr. Rico Vega para siya po ay maging permanent na employee? Or are you looking for other candidates?
No other candidate, none that I know of, Mr. Chairman, but as
I guess the reason for why hindi pa siya permanent CTO.
from my okay, Mr. Chairman, as this now that I just learned that he's an OIC, I think at the time that we appointed him to that position as OIC, we needed time to evaluate whether or not, like any employee, may probationary period yan.
Yes, so it's been
Oh.
3 years.
So, probably it's high time that I will call the attention of the board that probably we have to look into Rico Vega's tenure, considering that he has been OIC for quite some time. But I think that was the intention, Mr. Chairman, to see to it, it's some sort of a probationary period.
Well, I didn't mean to intervene in your state of affairs. I was just wondering, right?
Yeah.
And considering that prior to him, there was a Mr. Wanbo, Mr. Wanbo, right? That was the name of the previous CTO. And that Chinese national was not OIC. Permanent ang kanyang appointment. So, nagtataka lang po ako kung mayroon bang favoritism. Bakit pagdating sa Pilipino na nag-a-assume dito sa posisyon, bakit parang OIC?
Wala naman po, from my perspective.
Yun na nga lang.
Oh, yeah, I will
I
take
was just
note
wondering.
of that. Thank you. I will
So,
take note.
okay. So you confirm, Attorney Paul, that today, wala pong senior technical advisors in the office or in the unit being managed by Mr. Rico Vega.
We have none,
Wala po.
Mr. Chair. Wala po.
So walang, or any junior
Wala po,
officers. How about
Wala.
consultants?
Wala po, Mr. Chair.
How about individuals performing activities relating to procurement?
We have none.
Well,
Chinese, you mean?
Yes. The
No, we
reason
have
for
none.
why I ask is because there was a document that was shown in the previous hearing na kung saan, yun na nga po, patungkol sa procurement. So you confirm?
What year was that? Can I be shown
Hindi
that?
ko na maalala.
I'm sorry,
Well,
I wasn't here during
Well, it
the
was
last.
not my document. I was just watching. I can't remember kung anong taon po yun.
Oh,
You
okay.
should know better because matagal na po kayo sa NGCP. Baka si Mr. Rico Vega, baka alam niya.
Mr. Chairman, I saw the document in the last meeting. It was dated 2014.
2014. Thereabouts. So at that time, there were procurement documents signed by Chinese nationals. So that's why I wanted to verify if today that practice continues.
Mr. Chair, that's the document I saw that was flashed. Mr. Chair.
So ngayon, you can confirm wala nang ganon. Lahat ng procurement, lahat ng technical decisions, lahat po ay Pilipino po ang nagde-decide.
Mr. Chairman, yes. I confirm.
Sige po. Let me move, Mr. Chair, to the concession fees. So, Attorney Paul, so far, magkano na po ang nabayad ng NGCP in concession fees?
From what I recall, Mr. Chairman, of course, immediately upon the start of the operations of NGCP, we paid 25%.
Yes, what's the total peso amount that
As
you
of
paid
now,
so far?
as of now,
Yes. For sure you would have it in your records.
For a moment, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, and so,
We will compute, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, and so I also would like to ask perhaps Transco, anyone from Transco, or maybe Attorney Matibag, gusto kong malaman, kasi Mr. Chair, gusto kong ma-check kung tama ba ang tax provision ng ating franchise law. Kasi yung 3% franchise tax, obviously, ang naging rational doon is that maliit na lang ang franchise tax, 3%, kasi maglalagay naman tayo ng malaking concession fee. So, yan ay in lieu of income taxes. Diba? So, syempre, gusto natin ikumpara. Magkano ba ang income taxes na binabayaran dati ng Transco? So, baka naman naalala ni Attorney Matibag.
Well, I was not part of Transco at the time yet before the privatization of the concessionaire. But I have, to my recollection, during my time, Transco is paying corporate tax. So yung binabayaran ng Transco doon na corporate tax is, bali, we average it. So compared to sa 3%, may corporate tax na binabayaran na wait, ganito na lang. Sabihin na lang natin, yung concession fee is 163 million, something like that. At that time, ang Transco, bukod sa corporate tax, nagre-remit pa kami ng 15 billion sa National Treasury.
Annually, no?
Annually. Yun yung earnings na ina-assign doon sa government, no? Na, because it's a government-controlled corporation. So, nung nag-assume ang NGCP,
So, apart from 15 billion
168 pala, 0.9 billion ang concession fee total.
ng Transco,
Na binayad ng babayad ng NGCP, yung may first installment, then divided annually.
can you confirm that, Attorney Paul? Parang yung records
Sam
would,
can answer.
or maybe Pisam would have, would you have the records? What's the total amount?
Mr. Chair, so the total value of the concession fee per our records is about 163.86 million pesos.
That's for the 50 years?
Over the payable over a 20-year period, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
So 25% of that was paid, or 40.96 billion pesos.
Okay.
So for the remaining 75% amortized over 20 years, it's about 122.89 billion pesos in 5 billion pesos. To answer the question earlier about what has been paid or what
Yes.
has been received by Pisam and Transco, we have received a total of about 226.8 billion pesos, Mr. Chair.
206.
226.8 billion pesos po.
But the value is only 163?
Inclusive of interest din po.
Okay. So the difference is interest. Okay. And if I remember correctly, the 3% tax is about more or less about 1.2 billion annually. Tama ba yun, Chairman?
Yeah, we made, Madam Chair,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, we made a projection at that time from 2009 to 2034, which will be the period of concession. Kung magbabayad ng corporate income tax ang Transco, that will round up to 108.8 billion pesos. 8.8 billion pesos.
108.
Yes. Then multiplied also by 25 years yung 15 billion na nire-remit. So that will be the one that's be going to the government. Less yung naiiwan pa sa Transco for the operations and everything.
So, okay. So I slow down a bit. So it's 108 plus...
Pero kasing remittance na at the average mga 10 to 15 billion a year sa National Treasury. So you compute that also from 2009 to 2034. It goes to the government as well in the form of remittance by
because of
Transco.
the dividends law.
Yes. Kasi di ba yung mga GOCC mag-remit
Yes.
sila sa national government. So you compute that from 2009 to 2034. So that's about, kung 20 years yan, that's about 300 billion pa.
Oh, so under, what you're saying is under the old arrangement, mas malaki ang kikitain ng gobyerno.
Sa gobyerno.
Okay.
Kasi ngayon, yung 3% na franchise tax, all in na yun, doon na lahat eh.
Yes, but the rationale there, tama ba ako, Attorney Paul, is that yung difference dapat doon is yun ang pang-invest. I mean, pandagdag doon sa dapat i-invest mo sa required na transmission infrastructure. Tama ba yun?
Difference in what, Mr. Yes, I'm
Well-
sorry, I did not get that. Difference in...
So basically, if you look at the total of concession fees
Yes.
plus the 3% franchise taxes that you are to pay annually, that is less than what Transco had been paying or would have paid had they continue operating the grid. Or so, and there's a huge difference, and so yun ang pinag-aaralan natin.
Okay,
Kasi syempre,
yeah.
diba, sinasabi natin, this is the time to revisit the franchise law. I mean, do we amend?
Okay.
And if we do amend, I'm of the thinking that maybe we should look into the tax provision. Kasi
Okay.
mukhang
Yeah.
medyo lugi yata tayo. Kasi nga, as explained by Attorney Matibag, ang laki ng difference because annually, they pay corporate income taxes, and on top of that, they remit about 10 to 15 billion as a result of the dividends law. So, yan po ay annual until the end of the concession period.
Mr. Chairman, I think, well, from our perspective, wala kaming palya sa concession fee payments. Number two, on the tax po, okay, we have been paying taxes based on the franchise tax as clearly provided for by law, which is 3%.
There's no question
Opo.
on compliance. I'm
Yeah.
just asking, is there anyone on this side of the room that I suppose yung pasubmit na lang siguro, Attorney Matibag, submit nyo na lang po sa amin yung computation na yan para matignan natin yung comparison ng revenue stream sa gobyerno, kung malaki bang kinalugi natin, if there's a need to adjust, and if there's a recommended tax rate or tax regime in case there's a need to amend. So, my next question, Mr. Chair, is something that I asked Attorney Richard earlier. So, babalikan ko po, no? Sabi ko kanina, if NGCP were to were to complete its transmission development plan at na construct natin ang buong kalsada na kung saan dadaan ang electricity, bababa ang direct transmission charges, and at the same time, more importantly, bababa rin yung congestion costs, right? And so I asked you, in peso terms, what would be the impact?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Chairman, ma'am, Your Honor. So I will base my answer, ma'am, based on our report, no? I will use the sample, yung MVIP. The MVIP based on the Transmission Development Plan of 2020 to 2040, again, was, ang target completion was December 2020. The actual energization is May 2023, so that's about 12, 24, then another February, March, April, May. So 29 months, say 29 months. So mamang price difference po for Luzon after the completion of the MVIP is 1 peso 99 centavos, no, period to period. If that affects 20% of the generation costs, so using ration proportion, that would translate to around 40 centavos reduction, no, in the generation cost per kilowatt hour. Or if the price of generation is 4 pesos, that is roughly 10%. That's 10% actually. If the generation cost is 5 pesos, so that is 8%. For Visayas,
Pero wait,
ma'am.
Attorney Richard, hindi ba it's as simple as kung nag-invest sila ng tama, walang delay, etc., mawawalan ng congestion? Tama?
ma'am, yung
So kung ang pag-spike ng presyo is 20% as a result of congestion, edi kung mawala ang congestion, edi yung 20% ang masasave natin. Hindi ba
Yes,
ganun
ma'am,
yun
but,
kasimple? So if you look at the current price today, so magkano ba ang average per kilowatt hour across the country?
is around 5 pesos right
No, I mean total electricity cost.
per kilowatt hour, ma'am?
Yes.
That's 5 pesos, ma'am.
No.
Kasi po, I'm looking only at the generation
Oh,
cost.
sige, maybe you're the wrong person
Yeah.
to ask. 11, maybe ERC, 11 point what? 90?
Pwede po siguro 11 pesos. Pero, ma'am,
Yeah,
mahirap kasing mag-average ng ganun kasi po always higher than Luzon and Mindanao. So, and I think Attorney Richard was giving us an example, Mindanao Visayas interconnection. So, very specific po yung slice na
Okay.
napili niya.
But, sige, kayo na lang po. If I were to ask you that question, so, is there an estimate of congestion cost na overall so that if hindi sila mag-invest as fast as they should be, ganoon kalaki yung congestion cost. And therefore, kung we have the reverse naman at nangyari naman na na-invest nila lahat ng dapat nilang i-invest on time, etc., ayun naman ay ma-avoid yung congestion cost na yun. So, may ganun ba na estimate?
Wala po na pangkabuuan. Meron po kaming estimate on a per capex project basis. We estimate the value that will be lost if this